Hi, I'm Jamie Davidson. I run the product team here at Looker, and I'm excited to talk a little bit about Looker's roadmap here and what we're doing in the second half of 2020. First, to help orient everyone, I'm going to give a quick high-level overview. Looker is a modern BI tool that is built on top of a data platform and really differentiated because of that data platform too, so that the BI tool can bring data in a much broader set of contexts and workflows. That Looker platform has a couple of key differentiated decisions we made from an architecture perspective. I'm going to talk to you about those core decisions we made and why they're differentiated in the market. First, Looker has an in-database architecture that lets you have direct access to cloud data warehouses to giving you real-time access to data. This allows for operational data use cases inside truly petabyte scale data warehouses. On top of that data in database architecture, we've got a semantic modeling layer where an analyst comes and codifies key business metrics and the relationships present inside your data too. This allows you to serve a broader org without requiring technical expertise. And it also is integrated with version control that gives you lifecycle management and a vetting process that allows you to have governance on top of your business metrics. Finally, Looker is a cloud native BI tool. We are API first. Our BI tool is very literally built on top of the same APIs that we can serve and showcase in a variety of other contexts. That architecture gives a couple of key differentiated benefits to our customers and partners. First, core to Looker is data governance. Because of our semantic modeling layer that's integrated with version control, you can trust that as business users are consuming metrics that are complicated, that require deep knowledge of both the business and the data model, that they're actually, in fact, getting the right metrics. That same semantic modeling layer actually empowers a broad organization to self-serve business metrics. So an analyst has come in and codified the important metrics and has defined them as a part of a data lifecycle and modern developer workflow. And that enables end business users to consume and benefit from and get leverage from that analyst's expertise. Because Looker is a cloud native data application, every URL is shareable and referenceable. Every piece of analysis is repeatable. You can always go and look at the core definitions for any individual metric inside Looker. And then finally, because of Looker's in-database architecture and the rise of truly differentiated petabyte scale cloud data warehouses, we allow you to actually operationalize your data. It's not just based on individual extracts for frequently asked questions of your data. We let you direct connect to full sets of transactional information too, and let you ask any question present inside that petabyte scale data warehouse. Looker's platform powers that modern BI experience. It also is used in a variety of other contexts too. We see lots of customers embedding the same reporting functionality into the context where their business users are working. So this could be into internal portals where your employees are aggregating and finding information. This could be into SaaS tools like Salesforce, where your salespeople spend their time and want to derive insight and take action. And this is also increasingly in data-driven workflows and custom applications where customers are using Looker effectively headlessly, not using any of Looker's core UI, but instead using Looker's APIs to provide governed data into operational contexts. So that as folks build out, say, a supply chain management tool, they can use trusted, governed, historical pricing and inventory levels too to make better decisions to manage that supply chain. To recap real quickly, Looker's core differentiation is a couple things. We're fast on any size of data because we leverage cloud data warehouses too. We have an in-database architecture. We're not constrained by the desktop clients that consume just extracts. Looker's semantic model gives a single pane of glass, a single interface to core metrics. This enables business users to have trusted answers. They don't have to have knowledge of the data model. They don't have to have deep knowledge of definitions of KPIs to be able to actually use them to make better decisions. That semantic model is integrated with a modern development workflow that allows you to have the lifecycle management to reflect the change that's inherent in any business. As a business changes and your KPIs and metrics definitions change, you've got a simple, vetted way to allow for that change to be present inside reporting and analytics. And then finally, because Looker is a modern cloud SaaS application, with an API first mentality, we can integrate with any context where your business users sit and basically bring the governed, trusted data wherever a business user needs it. To satisfy the diversity of use cases we just talked about too, we develop in effectively 3 distinct layers, the interconnection of which to satisfies that broad complexity. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our roadmap on experiences. This is the end user facing part of analytics. So this is reporting and self-serve analysis. I'm going to talk to you about the platform layer that we use and very literally build our experiences on top of and expose to our customers to allow customers to build data-driven experiences as well. And then finally, I'll talk about the core foundation too that powers those platform experiences. So to start to talk about data experiences, this is where classic BI sits. This is core reporting and self-serve analysis. And I'm going to talk a little bit about our investments in some of these core areas, including a brand new dashboard. We're reimagining our core data exploration experiences. We're deeply integrating Looker into existing business workflows and investing in finding your content as well. For fast dashboards, we've spent actually the last 1.5 years completely rebuilding our core dashboard stack with a bunch of different goals in mind, and now being presented to customers in a way we're really excited about. We've had a bunch of great feedback from. Our new dashboard experience is available in an open beta right now. You can see much faster performance, cleaner UI, more configurable customization inside the reporting experience, and a few new features that we're really excited about and I'm excited to talk to you about today. We've enabled cross-filtering in a way that's never been possible before. So cross-filtering is what this graphic is showing you now. Using an individual chart like this, user acquisition pie chart here, to filter the rest of the objects on the dashboard. But because of Looker's in-database architecture, we can actually offer cross-filtering at true petabyte scale. You're not just limited to the extract powering an individual report in the desktop tool. We're also investing in more interactivity, like things like contextual drilling inside a dashboard. To facilitate the development of these new, really beautiful dashboards that I was just talking about, we've also rethought the way we create dashboards too, giving you more control over filters, giving you more control over style and layout, and also working towards things like new modes and broader extensions. So we want to enable you to have truly custom experiences embedded within that dashboard context too, where you can basically control workflow and behavior integrated with Looker's APIs inside the dashboard. We're excited to bring Looker to a broader audience, and we've been investing heavily in this. We've already got support for over 23 languages to be localized to for our core reporting use case, so dashboards and embedded dashboards. We're working on bringing that full localization support for all 23 languages throughout the entire application UI. We're similarly working towards making the application accessible as well for all different types of users too. And we're working towards WCAG 2.1 AA compliance. As we rebuilt our core dashboard experience over the last year and a half, we're also now taking a look at our core exploration experience too. This is the manifestation of our semantic models and really what enables self-serve analysis to your end business users. We've always had a very powerful Explore experience. We want to make it even easier to interact with too. That includes things like smarter starting points to pre-built queries, curated experiences, curated by analysts for end business users. We also want to make it easier too to create things like on-the-fly calculations too, not requiring an analyst to go into the model to create a transformation on top of existing data. We're going to be investing in richer visualizations and more advanced functionality too, as we integrate with GCP's very powerful AI and ML suite. It's not sufficient to have your data accessible in just your BI tool. You have to have the data present where your business users are working. We want to make it really easy to take action directly from the BI tool so that if you've done a series of complicated analysis, in this case, found campaigns that are underperforming or overperforming in your marketing campaign, you can actively change the status of those campaigns from within the tool using our Action Hub technology. We're also integrating with the productivity tools inside G Suite. We've got a initial integration we recently launched, taking Looker governed data and sending it into Power Google Sheets, allowing for more ad hoc analysis present where business users are accustomed to operating in spreadsheets. We've also got a direct integration with Slack, where increasingly we find more and more of our customers spending their time. We have a bi-directional integration where you can send data from Looker into Slack, and then also from within Slack, request data from your Looker experience. And we are investing heavily now in a natural language interface to that same common semantic model, where you can use a conversational interface inside the communication product that Slack is to be able to ask questions of your data. We're really excited about and have a new product in a mobile app experience. This mobile app experience is focused on our core reporting use case, consumption of data, and will be available in general availability in the second half of this year and is available in a closed beta today. We've started with reporting, but we want to go further, and we want to make it so that you can really easily receive alerts and have operational control over your data from within the mobile context, where something that everyone has with them at all times. And then beyond that, start to ask easy questions of Looker through that same natural language like interface too that I just talked about within Slack. So that was our data experiences. That's our reporting, self-serve analytic products. I'm now going to switch gears and start to talk about the platform on top of which we're building those experiences, and that also can serve to build other data-driven experiences too for our customers. So this is things like our marketplace that accelerates value for our customers. This is our embedded product that customers use to embed in internal and external facing applications. And this is things like ways to extend the platform. So our APIs, our SDKs, a new extension point too that we're calling the extension framework as well. To accelerate value, we've recently released a marketplace, and we've been investing heavily here and had great feedback from both our customers and partners building out new content. We're going to continue to invest in this marketplace too. It allows you to easily discover packaged content, things like custom visualizations, things like data blocks to be able to actually access public data sources, things like LookML blocks for common sets of data. So for Salesforce data, for Google Ads data, you don't have to rebuild LookML semantic models and instead have pre-built content you can take and extend to customize for your business. This also manages the lifecycle management too, and allows for easy upgrades and downstream benefit as these pieces of content continually improve. As a part of that marketplace, we're investing heavily in our Google Marketing Suite content too, where we want to make it really easy for you to gather all of your marketing data in a single place, derive insight from it, and ultimately take action on it too through the Action Hub that I talked about in the data experiences. We've invested really heavily in our embedded dashboards and embedded dashboard use cases too. And we think about this as effectively a spectrum across which we want to allow varying levels of customization. So inside the core Looker application, we've got all the customization that's possible inside our dashboards. And as I talked about inside the data experiences, we've dramatically increased the amount of configurability that you've got and the amount of control you've got inside our new dashboard experience. On the other end of the spectrum, we've got completely bespoke experiences built on top of our APIs where you can very literally recreate all of the functionality that we've built inside our BI tool, and honestly more, to be completely tailored for specific use cases. And we want to basically bridge the gap between those two and go from both directions. We want to increase the amount of customization that's possible inside that embedded dashboard experience while simultaneously giving you higher level constructs on top of our APIs to make it easier to be able to create those custom experiences. So things like better APIs, richer SDKs, higher level components too, so you don't have to rebuild those core data experiences. So along those lines, we've built out a substantial improvement in custom theming so that you can make an embedded dashboard look and feel like the product that you're actually going to be integrating it within. And we've taken very literally that exact same code base that we've just now rebuilt our dashboard experience with, packaged it up, and we'll be releasing it in the form of JavaScript components so that you don't have to recreate a filter and integrate it with our APIs, and instead can take our custom components and extend them and customize them from there. We're investing heavily in our SDKs and APIs too to make it really easy to be able to actually interface with it too, as well as creating environments like an API Explorer too to make it easy to explore and understand and learn about development on top of the Looker platform. We're taking that base platform and actually even extending the number of extension points and the degrees of freedom with which you can actually customize experiences. We've got a new feature that's in beta that's called the extension framework that allows you to run and host custom arbitrary JavaScript too that is tightly coupled and integrated with Looker's APIs and our governed data model and our permissions and our authentication that allows you to create custom data-driven experiences in a specific bespoke way to integrated with the data model with no requirement for hosting any other service. It's all basically powered by your Looker experience. Examples of this we've had customers and partners really excited about are things that are like custom data exploration too. For tailored pieces of analysis, maybe our pivot table metaphor isn't perfect for it too. So in this example of the cohort tool, you can have parameterized analysis too to be able to have what is the definition for the interval for the definition of this cohort, and allowing for simpler parameterized exploration may make it easier for your business users to drive insight and create value. Similarly, you could actually take it in a broader direction too and integrate a notebook experience too with the governed data set and APIs and SDKs that Looker provides too, to allow you to have data scientists operating within Looker, but still in a repeatable, reusable, and governed way. That's our platform experience. That's the surface on which we're building our experiences and allowing customers to build data-driven experiences too. I'm going to switch gears now and talk about our core, our foundation. Inside our foundation, this includes things like the software development lifecycle. This includes our semantic model. This includes our query execution and administration of our instances too, all of which we want to improve to help our analysts, our developers, and our IT administrators to enable their business users to create more value. Looker already is deeply integrated with the software development lifecycle, and we want to take it even further. That means having a full support for a QAT process too within a single instance too, and allowing for development of your Looker model, staging of that development, and ultimately pushing to production too, all integrated, where you can have your model, your content, and even your data transformations inside the data warehouse too, all integrated with a single development workflow. We're very focused on performance and administration and making this easier and better for our customers. For performance, because of our unique in-database architecture, we've actually got the opportunity to do a variety of different optimizations at a number of different levels. Optimizing inside the data warehouse is something that Looker is uniquely suited to do because we've got the context of your LookML model, of the transformational logic you're using to create your aggregates too. And we've got a new feature that we've released called Aggregate Awareness that allows the system to dynamically optimize your queries by understanding what's present inside the data warehouse. So imagine you've got a raw event log that's got every single event for maybe your website or something like that, and you've got a daily summary table that has date and count of users and count of events or something along those lines too. Looker can dynamically optimize a query, looking at it and say, hey, if this query has date and count of users, let's hit the much smaller, much more performant, much less costly table in the aggregate table too, that's guaranteed to have the same relational algebra and same metric definition inside it, versus if it has the raw event ID or some more granular piece of information too, hitting the bigger table too and taking advantage of those petabyte scale data warehouses with no cost to performance, full granularity and full performance at the same time. To power that aggregate table too, we're investing heavily in how we generate transformations in the data warehouse. We've made it substantially more robust. We are working now towards enabling incrementally building those large aggregate tables too. So for your event table, you can basically just append to the aggregate table too, with the difference from the last time the aggregate table was generated. And then finally, we're integrating that transformation process too into the development workflow too, so you can effectively stage your transformations alongside the changes to your LookML model. As we approach the acceleration layers too, I just talked about how we're doing some database acceleration. We're also focused on above the database too. So we're working now with BigQuery's BI engine team too, and we'll have native integration for acceleration for their in-memory cache inside BigQuery's database. We're similarly building an in-memory cache for the Looker layer too, to enable you to have scalable cache content too for instant loading, and not for context where you don't have to do a round trip to the database. We can now provide scalable storage of that data. On administration, we think about it a little bit differently. We think of your BI tool and your end data-driven experience as a product that you want to manage and have insight to, like you would manage a product. So that means we want to give you deep understanding of engagement and usage of that product too, with an eye towards actionable insights. So we want to help you engage with and do performance optimizations by showcasing slow content or showcasing slow tables or usage patterns. We want to help you engage with your user base so that you can actually find the folks that are deeply engaged with and deriving lots of insight and value too, and use them to be champions across the organization. LookML and the semantic model is incredibly valuable. You've encoded your transformational logic and created definitions for your business KPIs too. That's for sure useful inside the BI context. That's how we're differentiated in BI, is through that knowledge. We also have found customers using it in a wide variety of other contexts too, and we're investing heavily to make it easier for customers to do so. That includes things like stable PDTs, which will allow for basically a database view to be created, or a database table to be created too, to be used in other workflows. So we've got now customers using Looker-defined metrics and Looker-governed definitions inside machine learning workflows too, as a part of their training and other processes. And then additionally, we want to help you derive more value from your semantic model too. And we're actively working towards integrating with other BI tools to allowing them to reference trusted governed data from Looker. Security is a continued focus and incredibly important piece for us too. We've got a huge effort that we've invested in already. We've got our SOC 2 Type 2. We've got we will sign HIPAA BAAs. We've got our ISO 27K. We've got a PCI offering. We are actively investing in ISO 2017, 2718. We're also pursuing the High Trust certification too, which is the certification for HIPAA. And we will continue to invest in that security regime. We also firmly believe in the customer's ability to choose. We want you to be able to choose the right database. We want you to be able to choose the right hosting environment too for your specific use cases. We currently support hosting inside GCP and AWS. We are actively working on supporting hosting inside Azure, and we support hosting inside an on-prem environment as well. That's the Looker roadmap. We are a enterprise BI platform and data platform, helping our customers drive insight from data and create value. I hope you saw lots of features that got you excited too, and hope you reach out and let us know what you think. Please feel free to email me directly, and I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much.